Welcome to Meeple Mentor, I'm Jared, and today I'll be covering the latest news, announcements, most played games, hot new Kickstarters, and more related to board gaming for the past week. At the end, I'll also be sharing what's going on behind the scenes with my channel, so stick around, we've got a lot to cover. You can use the chapter timestamps I included in the video description to jump around to the topics that interest you the most. Leave me a like and comment on what kinds of updates you want to hear more about. To make sure you don't miss my news updates, new video tutorials, and our podcast episodes, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell below the video. In addition to displaying the top 25 hottest Kickstarter board games right now, I'd like to cover a few that have jumped out you'll want to see. USS Freedom is a cooperative, open-world, free-roaming, space-themed board game, including spaceship miniatures plus standees for various characters. It is a fully replayable campaign with 36 missions. No two campaigns are the same, as you can choose the challenges you face by the actions you take, and there are 11 different ways to win. While not funded yet, it looks like it will. Another game that looks like it will fund is Hibachi. This is a colorful dexterity game for up to 4 players about cooking Japanese cuisine in front of customers. Become one of the juggling, entertaining chefs seen in Japanese steakhouses. This one sounds interesting as it combines both dexterity and strategy to properly succeed. A new Kickstarter game called Macaron just launched from the independent developer Sunrise Tornado. Up to 5 players can play this trick-taking game about baking macarons for King Louis's birthday. Prepare boxes of pastries without getting allergens in them to score the most points. Creature Comforts recently launched and hit their goal fast. Of course, with art and animeeples like Everdell, I can see why. It's a worker placement game where dice are rolled and partially determine where you're allowed to go. There's a lot of time left to back this. Another recently launched game called Rule Benders also hit its funding goal early. From Game Brewer, the company that brought us Gugong and Paris, this is a new game that encompasses multiple genres. They tout it as a theme traveling game that twists the rules as you play. Each game will be different, and it plays 2 to 5 people. If you're looking for something with a smaller footprint, check out the 2-player game Rune by Little Rocket Games. It's a short abstract strategy game where players try to collect mana from rune stones by playing cards. This edition includes an add-on that allows 3 players to play. First up in industry news, a Power Rangers deck building game has been announced and is currently up for pre-orders. Developed by Renegade Game Studios and Crowdox, up to 4 players can compete against each other as heroes or villains. No word if Bryan Cranston will reprise his villain role. Cryptozoic Entertainment just announced a Wonder Woman card game based on the Wonder Woman 1984 movie next year. 2 to 4 players and plays in 25 minutes, scheduled to come out in Q2 2021. Another game just announced and also releasing in Q2 next year is Sheepy Time by AEG. Players move their dream sheep around the board, leaping fences and giving their human an easier time falling asleep. Ages 10 and up, and plays in 30 to 45 minutes. Now you can put your kids to sleep with a board game instead of a lullaby. Alternatively, you could pick up a copy next year of Ready Steady Worm by River Horse to give your kids nightmares. Check out this worm racing game based on the Jim Henson movie Labyrinth and its visual style. The Goblin King can add spinning walls and other tricks to the maze that block your route. If you're looking for more new games for the kids, check out this newly announced Press Your Luck memory game by Haba called Clever Keys. Players try to unlock a treasure trove in the middle of a castle to gain gemstones. You'll insert your key into the board and turn it to see if it opens and gives you a gem on your turn. Keep doing this with different keys until you fail or choose to stop to then pass your turn to the next player. The mechanism for this is under the game board and randomizes keys each game. Fans of the graphic novel Batman: The Dark Knight Returns will be excited to hear that Cryptozoic announced a board game based on it that will be hitting Kickstarter in 2021. It's a solo game that can be played one mission at a time or as one extended playthrough. Keep an eye out for how that develops next year. Coming later this month to retailers nationwide is The Lost Ruins of Arnak by Czech Games Edition. I had a chance to play this on Tabletop Simulator recently on a live stream with the Charity Board Gamer, and I've got to say, this one has me excited. It's a worker placement and deck building hybrid game about adventurers exploring tombs and ruins. Available for pre-order and plays up to 4 players. Out today, November 20th, is the new game Spy Fest from Cryptozoic and Hobby World. It's an international espionage team party game spin-off from their Spyfall series. Using subtle keyword clues, each player must describe their famous historical or fictional character they are to their teammates to guess correctly before the opposing team. Plays 4 to 10 people, and sounds pretty cool. Also available this month is The Batman Who Laughs Rising by the OP Games. This is a game in the Rising game line, but revolves around Batman and is the darkest edition in their cooperative card and dice games. Are you a Star Wars miniature games fan? Well, Fantasy Flight's current games like X-Wing, Legion, and Armada are all leaving Fantasy Flight and moving to Atomic Mass Games. Atomic Mass is also working on a Marvel Miniatures game for Asmodee. Perhaps we'll see new Star Wars miniature games under this new team, or more expansions for the current library. Pandasaurus Games has started a limited sweepstakes giveaway lasting until December 11th. Each day you can enter to win a free game. That's a free game given out every single day to lucky gamers. I'm including the link to that in the video description since you'll definitely want to enter into it. The Meeple Mentor Channel is part of the board game community, the Gateway Network, made up of great upcoming board game content creators. In this segment, I'll highlight one of the other great content creators part of the network. If you head to whatboardgame.com, you'll find our next upcoming gaming content creator. He's also on Instagram as @JimGamer. He plays all kinds of board games, including head-to-head with his wife Sarah or with his kids. He likes to highlight the more unknown games and print and plays that deserve more attention. I definitely like to find out about great hidden gems, so his content is much needed on the internet. They do written reviews, video interviews, and host a number of free downloadable print and play games from their site. Also, his website and Instagram hosts dozens of great photos of board games he's played. The interviews are done with all kinds of top industry people, including those who design, draw, manufacture, sell, buy, talk about, and review board games. It's very eclectic and has tons of cool chats to hear more about how the industry works. If you're into talking about board games and want to find more great content creators, definitely visit and bookmark whatboardgame.com. Click the link in the video's description or head over to the Gateway Network's Instagram to see more. As far as what's going on with the Meeple Mentor channel, I'm working on several different game tutorials right now, which are in various stages of the process. I'm constantly reading rulebooks, writing scripts, recording dialogue, recording game close-ups, editing, and of course playing games. I'm not sure yet which order these will be released, but I'm concurrently recording and editing a tutorial for Meeple Land, Gugong with the Panjun expansion, and Smartphone Inc. I just released the tutorial video for Batman Gotham City Chronicles, which has been blowing up, probably because the rulebook was terribly written. I'll be announcing a game giveaway for subscribers of the channel very soon. Details on that and how to enter will be in a video also released soon. You must be subscribed to the channel to enter the giveaway. I'll be doing an unboxing video for Aetherfields by Awaken Realms once that Kickstarter delivers. Most of you may not know this, but we have official Meeple Mentor merch now, and you can get to the shop through our website, meeplementor.com. We have shirts and hats available right now. Hope you guys like it. The next Mentor Minutes episode Jay and I are working on is for our top 10 game picks for games released before 1980. Should be good. Also, I want to mention that you can directly help the channel grow through becoming a Patreon supporter. With different tiers available at different monthly donation levels, you'll become more involved with Meeple Mentor and what kind of content we make. Each tier level gives you access to different benefits, including voting on which game tutorial should come out next. Thanks for being a fan, as just watching the videos, subscribing, and liking the vids all helps too. You guys have been so supportive, and I want to say thanks for watching. So thanks for watching this week's news update. Like and subscribe to see next week's news update. And remember, teach when you can, but always be learning. See you next time.